Hi. I'm doing another video tonight, and I wanted to talk about something that filters in with something else I've been talking about all this time about hold on, I'm trying to get my seat. There we go. About Seattle being overpopulated. And what I mean by overpopulated is that there's way too many people that have moved into the city, and there's not enough adequate housing to house them. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to talk about this because it's a tragedy, although it's not a major catastrophe like you see in other countries where something gets blown up and 100 to 200 people get killed. But it is a tragedy because it happened in a city that I love enough to call home, even though I am not living there at the moment. This is really kind of heartbreaking for me to talk about because 4 people died just recently because of a crane that was being used to build another building toppled from the roof of a building in Seattle, crushing cars and killing 4 people. I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. It hurts me to just think about it. It says that a tower crane tumbling from the roof of a downtown Seattle building on Saturday, killing 4 and injuring 4 others. The crane, erected for the construction of a Google campus. Why are you in Seattle? I don't understand why you feel the need to clutter my city and destroy my city. Google, basically, you're at fault here for being there in the first place. And I know a lot of people are going to take offense to that and they're going to be upset with me for saying that. But I blame Amazon and Google and Facebook and all the other people that came to Seattle for a quick dollar. It says the crane that was erected for the construction of a Google campus landed on 6 vehicles. Members of the Seattle Police Department and Seattle Fire Department first responded to Fairview Avenue and Mercer Street about 3:30 p.m. Fire Department officials said that by the time rescuers arrived, 3 men and 1 woman had died. 2 iron workers who were in the crane when it fell, and 2 people who were in their cars. Harborview Medical Center admitted 3 patients, a man and a woman in their mid-20s, and a female infant. 2 were discharged later Saturday, according to a story from the University of Washington Health Science, and the 3rd patient was in stable condition. It's a tragic day in Seattle with this catastrophic incident in the heart of our city. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin said in a statement Saturday, but she said the city also saw some miracles, like a 25-year-old mother and her 4-year-old daughter who survived despite being trapped inside one of the cars crushed by the crane. I hold you partially responsible, Mayor, because you're allowing all of this incessive and excessive building to go on. You and the city council that doesn't have a backbone, that allow any old thing to happen because you can't handle hurting somebody's feelings, or for whatever inane reason you have, I blame you for this. It's your fault. The cause of the collapse is still under investigation. It will take time. The state's Department of Labor and Industry is assessing the need for road repairs where the crane landed. The National Weather Service tweeted that a storm brought gusts of wind reaching 23 miles around the time of the collapse, but said the gusts were probably not strong enough to have caused it. The city of Seattle has seen a recent rise in building construction and tower cranes. If I was in Seattle right now, and if I had the ability to do so, I would collapse every single one of those building cranes, and I would get them out of there. I would stop, I would halt all construction. This hurts me so bad it's making my head hurt. And my heart hurt. The city of Seattle has seen a rise in tower cranes since the 2006 year. The first accident in the city, this was the first accident in the city since 2006. So, why? Why does stuff like this have to happen? Seattle, what's going on here? I don't understand why this is going on. And when I say Seattle, I'm not talking about the city. I'm talking about the transplant, and you're responsible too. You guys aren't getting off that easily. The transplants that have moved to Seattle for that almighty buck are to get stoned on pot. I blame you too, because if it wasn't for you guys, there would not be a need for more building. There would not be a need for more high rises. There wouldn't be cranes falling all over the place, busting up people's cars and killing people. When are you guys gonna fucking stop? I don't get it. I'm angry and pissed off, and I'm hurt and I'm sad because the city I love is falling apart, and anybody that can do something about it chooses not to. They just let all of the carpetbaggers, they let all of the Mafia Don landlords come in, they let all of the property owners and the mobsters just take over everything and hold the city hostage. And the citizens that are making enough money to not care, don't care. You, the ones in Seattle, the ones that are making enough money to not care, you don't give a shit about the city. You don't care about Seattle or the surrounding area. All you care about is how much money you're going to make and where you're going to retire to. You got no skin in the game. Not that long ago, a fellow YouTuber, who I happen to kind of like. He does nice videos and stuff. But he said that Seattle and surrounding area is not where he wants to live forever. He moved here to make money and to maybe put his kids through school, and that's fine. That's good and everything. But to say that you don't love the area that you moved to enough to want to retire here, that you're just in it for another couple of years until you can make more money, and then you're going to skedaddle. Well, that's your choice. But if you didn't move there to stay there, then why did you even move? And you see that day in and day out. People moving into Seattle, not knowing a freaking thing about what they're doing. They don't know anything about the city they're moving to. All they know is they can potentially become rich. They could get into real estate and flip their first house for $1 trillion. Buy it for $100,000 and flip it for $1 trillion. Pay the fine that the city charges for flipping it early and go on to the next one. Or get a tech job. Make $100,000 to $200,000 a year. Live a bougie lifestyle. Move to Seattle. Get yourself a nice sugar daddy that'll take care of you, and just live the life of Riley. Nice apartment, fancy clothes, going out to dinners every night. That's destroying, that is killing Seattle. That's why Seattle is dying. Seattle was on life support for a while there, but the people that moved into Seattle, that's pushed everybody out, that loves Seattle and wants to be there, y'all just walked over, grabbed the plug, and pulled it. You took Seattle off of life support. And now it's like a fish floundering outside of water. Yes, I'm pissed off. And I'm angry. I can't be in the city I love because of all you fuckheads and assholes that moved to Seattle. That don't give a shit about where you live. All you care about is the money you're making, and the weed you're smoking, and the beer you're drinking, and the fancy job you have. Making Seattle so expensive that the people that want to be there the most can't even afford to be homeless in Seattle. Now, I'm sorry about cursing. That was really bad of me to do that, but I felt it called for it. And if you don't like it, leave me a comment below and tell me you don't like it. If you do like it, leave me a comment and tell me you like it. If you like what I'm doing, hit like and subscribe. If you don't, that's fine. Apparently, what I'm doing wasn't meant for you. It was meant for somebody else who cares. I will respond to anybody that mentions, that puts a comment. I will respond to anyone that does a comment in the bottom down here. I will put a I will respond to the comments, and I'll be nice and I'll conversate with you. If you got any questions that you want me to answer, I will do what I can to answer them. If you want to just argue, keep it short and simple, or I will ban you. It is my video, therefore I have that right. I do not believe in censorship unless you are begging to be censored. Then I'll have to censor you. I'll have to cut you out, or at least trim off your video. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that Seattle incident. And as soon as I find out who the people were that passed away, I will do another video and let you know. Please, for all the cursing I was doing earlier, I'm asking you to pray for Seattle, please. If you get this video, Please pray for Seattle and pray for the victims' families and pray for the ones that were hurt and their families. And pray for Seattle. Seattle needs it, I'm telling you. Seattle, you need our prayers. You need a healing. You need to have all them demons cast out of you. Them demons called the transplants. And the Mafia Don landlords. And big old private investors from Japan and China and various other countries. City Council, you need our prayers too. You need our prayers bad, I'm telling you. You really do. Anyway, this is another video from All Things Considered, because I consider all things. Have a good night, Seattle, and all points beyond.